Folks, it was about 9:30 at night. You should have been with your blonde bombshell. Now, usually, I'm pretty calm, collect, and I don't let anything get to me. But when you come up behind an 89-year-old woman in the express lane, and there's only 3 items on that counter, 3 items, and you turn around and you say, and you don't expect me to hear, very plain and clearly, to the person standing behind you, some people can't read, write, or do math. I looked at him and I said, "Dear sir, I heard what you said and you need to apologize." Which he replied, "It's not my fault, you didn't have no schooling." I laughed at that point and said, "You're talking to a woman with a 2-year degree from Lakeland College, and how dare you disrespect my grandmother who has had 2 knees and 2 pins in her hips?" And he looks at me, and I'm flabbergasted by this point, okay? And he says, and I quote, "It doesn't matter, darling. It's 20 items or less. You can't apparently read. I worked retail." I laughed at that and I said, "So have I. And I took Retail 101. Customer service comes first. And buddy, you have no manners or respect for your elders." You know what he had enough nerve to say? He looks at my grandmother and he just looks at her in total disdain and disrespect and says, "It's too bad you all can't count." My grandma, who has one ear also out, God bless her heart, tells this idiot that she's going to have to probably go back to the hospital for some more blood. And do you know what he has enough nerve to say to my 89-year-old grandma? "It's amazing that you're still here considering you went to Sarah Bush." Now, at this point, I was this close to getting up there and getting real physical. Nothing like a good old slap to that face. But let me tell you something. I looked at that man and I said, "I wouldn't wish you what has been upon my grandma for so many years. Her pain and suffering, and not only that, her blood transfusions. But any idiot knows that when it comes to the express lane, that if you're handicapped, they overlook it." The cashier even apologized for his behavior. Where was the manager the whole time this thing was going on? Oh, walking around, absolutely doing nothing to control my temper. I tell you, we were exiting that store. My grandma walks up to the other cashier who's watching the self-express lanes. And she says, and I quote, "We just had a bad experience with a customer. Can't you do anything?" And I even pointed the man who came walking, with his big dog grin, out towards the doors. And do you know what she says? "Times have changed on us since you worked here. We can't do anything." So I tried calling that 1-800 number for their customer service. Oh yeah, they have one. Guess what? They have business hours now. Well, you can bet your boots that tomorrow your blonde bombshell will be reporting that man. I know it may not do me a lick of good, but boy, I sure hope the good Lord up there rewards him for his disrespect, his disdain for the elders. And not only that, if his cigarettes were that important, why couldn't he go to another lane and get them? It boggles my mind. I mean, there's several other lanes, but let's go to the lane where there's only 3 items left to be checked out, turn around and make a rude remark. What goes around comes around, mister. And karma, it was watching. With that being said, I've said my piece. And just let you know, your blonde bombshell don't take no disrespect. Peace.